Okay, this is an interesting venture into some spiritual information that I've received on the internet. And you're not going to get this anyplace else because it's just not out there. But I think you'll find it interesting, even if it doesn't really help you much spiritual yourself. First off, I'm going to start with cause and effect. As a spiritual entity, and you are one, the reason you're here is to learn to be cause. That means that effects don't affect you. In other words, something happens, you're not affected materially by it. You may learn something from it because you're here to learn, but you're not going to be affected by it in any great deal. What you're going to do is you're going to take information from it and use it to advance yourself spiritually, and that's what we're all here to do. So one of the most interesting things is that Star Wars just came back out, and it's coming out, and they have advanced sales and everything. I don't know what it's going to be like, but the first Star Wars movie was basically spiritual in nature, and the whole movie was based on the character Yoda, who taught cause. So if you watch, if you go back and watch the first Star Wars movie, you'll see that when Yoda was trying to teach Luke to raise the ship out of the water, he was teaching him how to become cause. Now the effect was that he raised the ship out of the water. That didn't do anything. That wasn't the point of it. And the point was, don't let it go. Keep up, and don't hold on to it, because if you hold on to stuff, you become effect. And the whole idea is to not be in your head. Now, our whole society today is based on effect. I spoke about this earlier in some of my other videos, but effect is what our governments want you to be. That they want, if you're effect, they can be cause. And so the whole idea is that they get to run things, and you get to be the effect of what they're running. Now, spiritual people don't do that. If you're a spiritual person, you are not effect ever. Not I shouldn't say ever, but excuse me. You're never effective in any degree. And the next thing I want to talk about is that when you are effect, you are mainstream. Now, if you took a cross section of the population, only 1 in 250,000 people are cause. Now that means only 240,000 people approximately are cause. The rest are effect. So I can't tell you which ones are cause and which ones are effect. That's not my job here. But the people that are mostly cause are higher initiates spiritually. Now, what's that mean? Higher initiates means that you're able to go beyond the subconscious plane, the subconscious level, which is the fourth level. There are, as far as I know, and I've researched this quite a bit, 100 plus planes in this particular universe set up. Now, I'll go on about that in a minute. But in this universe, we have orders, spiritual orders, and our religions all follow certain orders. Doesn't mean that we understand that. but they do. We jump onto certain orders, and there are basically 5 orders that I know about. There may be more, but you know, I don't know the questions to ask to get it on the inner. But there's a white order, a black order, a green order, a purple order, and a maroon order that I know about. And each one of those orders goes into depth. I mean, these people are amazing, every one of them. And they're as far as we're concerned, as normal people, they're boundless in their spirituality. They just go on forever, and their job is to run things because they are a cause. Now, I mentioned this before in another video, but there are 100+ universes in this megaverse. They are boundless. They don't stop. What they do is they go around. It's a vortex. The whole thing is a vortex, just like this vortex, and it virtually expands and contracts on itself. We don't. There's no way for me to tell you how that happens, because nobody's ever going to go there from this universe. We never get out of this universe spiritually or in any other way. Physically, you're certainly not able to go from one universe to another. And this universe itself is just average in size. It's in the middle. And the smallest is the size of a dime. That doesn't mean it's any less important. It just means that, and it's all relative to ours that I'm talking about. It's just as big to them as ours is. And the largest is 100 times the size of ours. And the rules change in each one of them, but they're all based on vortexes. And they all are expanding and contracting at the same time, as Nissim Harriman tells you. So they don't get outside of themselves. Now, I've never been beyond this one, and I don't know what the other ones are like, really. And I don't know if there's anybody even on the highest initiates know what that in this universe know what is going on in those other universes, or why they even exist. That's something that very few people, or I can't say any more about that, really. I was once in the Annunaki group, and we came here 10,000 years ago. And on this planet, on this planet, there are 50 14th initiates. 14th initiate is pretty high. They basically their job is to teach others here how to do things. Now, we know that we have males and females here, and that males are action and females are response. 20% of those 14th initiates are females, and there's a reason for that. It's set up that way so that they can help us understand how things work outside of this realm. So they all have their own jobs, so to speak, and none of them are more important than the other ones. But that's the mix. So that's all I have on this one. It's not a very long video, unlike some of my earlier ones, so I hope you enjoyed yourself with this, and obviously nobody's ever going to know if I'm correct about this unless they become higher initiates themselves, and they can do their own testing and find out for themselves how real what I've told you is. But this is the best information I've got today.